Can you really make money rearing just 100 chickens? These are questions that have been asked time and time again, and today I finally answer it. If you have dreamed of starting chicken farming but you are really unsure where to begin, like should you start with 20, 50, 100, 500, 1000? Some ask, should you choose layers, broilers, improved breeds, or local chickens? And most importantly, how much profit can you truly make? Then this video is just for you. So I want you to grab a pen, a notebook, and a calculator, because we are about to break down every single detail that you must know before you start your poultry project. Now take a moment, get your tools ready. But before then, subscribe to this channel, drop a comment below, and tell me where you are watching from and how many chickens you want to start with. Last week we began a 1000 challenge subscriber, and today we are already at 9000. Just 1000 more to go. Your support means everything. Now let us begin. Can 100 chickens make you profit? Those who have been on this channel know that I did not begin this journey of chicken farming with these numbers you are seeing today. My entire farming dream began with just 20 local chickens. Of course, I had worries, doubts, and I had no real knowledge. All I had was passion. 15 hens began to hatch. Some brought 10 chicks, others 12, others 13. So I had 162 chicks, but I lost 50 due to poor heat and sanitation. Another 12 disappeared, maybe with hogs, dogs, cats, or foxes. When the dust settled finally, I remained with 100 chickens, and that is where my real journey began. Did I make profit? Now that is where we are going to discuss, because on this video today we are going to break down everything that you want to know. So I hope you have your calculator, your book, and everything you need, because we are going to do mathematics today. Now, before we calculate profits, let us choose our breed, either broilers, layers, improved Kienyeji, or local birds. Now, for the purpose of this video, we are going to focus on 3, that is layers, broilers, and improved Kienyeji. We are going to assume that we have nothing, like you really have nothing, no house, no equipment, no feeds, no vaccines, and no labor. So we are starting from zero. Now let us start with the cost. Our 11-month project is going to begin on February 1st. So we are going to build a simple structure that is 30,000 Kenya shillings. That is equals to $300. Feeders and drinkers, we are going to give it 5,000 Kenya shillings. That is $50. Vaccines, disinfectants, and of course bedding, we are going to go with 5,000 Kenya shillings. That is $50. And heat, or simply electricity, or GCOS, we are going with 5,000 Kenya shillings for the 11 months that we are going to need. That is equals to $50. The starter feeds, we are going to start with 3 bags at least for the chicks. So the 3 bags will cost us 9,000 Kenya shillings. That equals to $90. So chicks, we are going to assume that 1 chick will cost us $1. So 100 chicks is going to cost us $100. And that is how our chicken journey has started. So let us assume we have bought layers. That is 100 layers. Each layer eats 35 kgs in our 11 months. So 100 layers is equals to 3,500 kgs. That is the kgs of feeds that you will give your layers for the 11 months. Now divide that to get the number of bags. So you take 3,500 bags, you divide by 50, so you will get 70 bags. Now in Kenya, each bag costs like $30. So $30 times 70 bags, what do you get in terms of cash? That is $2,000. Now in Kenya, that equals to $250. 10,000 Kenyan shillings. Now let us look at the egg production. We are going to assume that our chickens, all of 100, have laid an egg each day. Now for 30, that is 30 days, each chicken will give us 3,000 eggs. That is per month. Now we are going to assume that our chickens will lay for 6 months. So that is 18,000 eggs. Now one egg in Kenya costs 20 Kenyan shillings. Now times that with 18,000 eggs, what do you get? 360,000 Kenyan shillings. That equals to $3,600. Now we are assuming that by the 11th month we are also going to sell all our birds. So we have 100 birds, and one bird we are assuming that we are selling at 700 Kenyan shillings. So that gives us 70,000 Kenyan shillings. That equals to $700. So let us see the total sales. So we take 360,000 Kenya shillings. These were from the eggs, plus the 70,000 Kenya shillings when we sold all our chickens. So what do you get? 450,000 Kenya shillings. This equals to $4,500. Let us see if we have made some profit. So let us take our expenses, which was 210,000 Kenya shillings, plus other costs, that is 50,000 Kenya shillings. So our total expense was 260,000 Kenya shillings, and we have made 450,000 Kenya shillings. So you take 450,000 Kenya shillings minus 260,000 Kenya shillings. What do you get? 140,000 Kenya shillings. That is equals to $1,400. So our layers have given us $1,400. So we are done with the layers, and we have seen that they have given us $1,400 as profit. Now let us see if we chose the broilers. What will broilers give us? Will they give us losses or some profit? So welcome to the world of broilers. Fast growth, quick returns, and rapid decisions. So we are going to raise our broilers for 8 weeks per cycle. Roughly that will be 2 months. But between each cycles, we are going to allow 1 month break so that we can clean, disinfect the house, and prepare the house, and of course to source for the new chicks. In total, we run 3 production cycles within 11 months period. Now let us break down the costs. One broiler consumes approximately 6 kgs of feed to reach the maximum weight. So for 100 broilers, that will give us 600 kilograms of feed. Convert that into 50 bags each, so we get 12 bags. But for this case, we are going to use 6 bags. Remember, we are working on our lower budget. So each bag in Kenya costs 3,000 Kenya shillings. That equals to dollars. So feed cost will be 6 bags times 3,000. That gives you 18,000 Kenya shillings. That equals to $180 roughly. Now for the first cycle, we are starting from 0. That means we are going to pay for housing, feed, chicks, feeders, vaccines, labor, and miscellaneous cost. Of course, you need that. So the total basic setup, we are going to run at 50,000 Kenya shillings, and the feed cost is 18,000 shillings. So the total cost for cycle 1 will be 68,000 Kenyan shillings. That is like $680. So we are going to sell each broiler at 500 shillings. So you take 100 broilers times 500. That gives you what? 50,000 shillings or $500 for the first cycle. Now, remember that after the first cycle, we already have a house, feeders, drinkers, equipment. So for the second and third cycles, we only pay for chicks and the feed. So the chicks will cost 10,000 shillings and the feeds are costing 18,000 shillings. Total cost for the second cycle will be 28,000 shillings or $280. So the sales are remaining the same. That is 50,000 shillings. So for the profit for the second cycle, we are getting, you take 50,000 of the sales minus the 28,000 of the the cost. So you get 32,000 Kenyan shillings. Now repeat that for the cycles, you get 64,000 shillings. So across 11 months, our 100 broilers are generating approximately 62,000 shillings as profit, or $620 in profit. Now let me ask you, the layers gave us $1,400. The broilers have given us $620. So are your eyes opening now? Because we are not done yet. Next, we turn to the improved Kienyeji, the hardy, resilient, high-value breed. And that is where the real decision will be made. Which path will you choose? And will 100 chickens make you profit? So let us go and see what will the improved Kienyeji profit give us, so that you can make a better decision. Now we turn to the improved Kienyeji, stronger than broilers, faster than local birds, and they are more valuable in the market. So we will run 2 cycles in 11 months, and each cycle will last for 5 months. And at maturity, each bird is selling for 800 Kenyan shillings. That equals to $8. So let us break it down. Feed consumption, each improved Kienyeji bird eats like 10 kgs of feed per cycle. So for 100 birds, that gives us 1000 kgs per cycle. Now convert that to bags. So we get 20 bags. So each bag costs 3,000 Kenya shillings, or $30. So feed cost for the improved Kienyeji is, you take the 20 bags times 3,000 Kenyan shillings. That gives you 60,000 Kenya shillings, or $600. So cycle 1 cost, that is starting from 0. We are including housing, feeders, drinkers, vaccines, disinfectants, bedding, heat and labor, miscellaneous, all that. So the basic setup for our improved Kienyeji is 50,000 Kenya shillings, and the feeds is 60,000 Kenya shillings. So the chicks also are taking 10,000 Kenya shillings. So the total cycle 1 cost is 50,000 plus 60,000 plus the 10,000 for the chicks. You get 120,000 Kenya shillings. That is $120. And cycle 1 sells. So let us sell our birds at 800 Kenya shillings. So you take 100 birds times 800 Kenya shillings, you get 80,000 Kenya shillings, or $800. So in cycle 1, we are still recovering our investment. Now let us see what cycle 2 will give us. So we are only buying chicks. So the chicks are costing 10,000 Kenya shillings, while the feed is costing 60,000 Kenya shillings. We are going with the same amount. So the total investment for the cycle 2 is 70,000 Kenya shillings. So sell the birds. So we sold the birds at 80,000 Kenya shillings. So the total results for 11 months, the total sales is 80,000 times 2, that is 160,000 Kenya shillings. That is like $1,600. The total expense was 120,000 plus 70, that comes to 190,000 Kenya shillings, or $1,900. The final profit, this has given us a loss, because you take 160, that is our total sales, minus 190, that is our total expenses. So we are running at a loss of 30,000 Kenya shillings, or a loss of $300. So this is the truth. With these assumptions, 2 cycles, 110 kgs feed per bird, selling at 800 Kenya shillings, starting from 0, improved Kienyeji does not make profit in 11 months. But if you already have a structure, if you reduce feed costs, if you raise them longer, if you sell at premium prices like 1,000 or 1,200, then the story can change. So 100 chickens in 11 months, layers gave us 1,400 profit. Broilers gave us $620 in profits, and improved Kienyeji made us a loss of 30,000 or $300. And there you have it. 3 birds, 3 strategies, 3 different results. The numbers don't lie, but the decision is still yours. Whether you choose layers, broilers, or improved Kienyeji, remember this: success in farming is not about how many birds you start with. It's about how serious you are with the journey. Start small, stay disciplined, learn every day, and one day your farm will speak for you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video, and I will see you in the next one. This is Korobe Farm. Bye bye.